Welcome back, Soulful Society, to Soulful of Wellness,
the multi-generational podcast brought to you by two functional imperfectionists
and certified coaches
who deliver tips to help you live your most authentic, balanced, and anxiety-free life.
This week, we're combining two things we absolutely adore: wellness and dogs. Stay tuned for 8 important life lessons we've learned from our canine pals. Thanks for being us. Thanks for being us.
Thanks for being us, because we were sick of it.
We needed a break. Thanks for being with us, Soulful Society, for another week of wellness goodness. And if you're here for the first time, welcome. We're so honored that you've chosen our podcast. We know you have a giant plethora of options, so we're happy to have you.
We'd love to have you back. So if you enjoyed today's podcast, please consider hitting that follow button and you'll automatically get a new episode every Thursday.
If you haven't rated and reviewed Soulful of Wellness, not only does it make our whole entire lives, we love reading what you guys are writing about the podcast and your suggestions. We'd be the most grateful if you could tap that 5th star as well. Type a few words saying what you think about the podcast so that other people can find it too.
Let's launch into our dogs. I just smile saying it. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice.
Our favorite thing in the world. I know. It's like the opposite of the Grinch, how his heart is 2 sizes too small. Mm-hmm. Our hearts grow double in size when we even think about our dogs.
The other morning, Kaylin texted and she said, "What are you looking forward to today?" And without thinking too hard about it, I responded, the part of my day where I walk back into my house and Percy and Bear greet me. I call them circus dogs when they do their little levitation greeting and they're hopping up and down. My hardwood floors are destroyed and I don't even care because they do this levitation thing right in front of the door and they just literally bounce with joy. Makes me feel so good.
Man, I was going to say dogs are magical, but it sounds like Percy and Bear, they really took magic tricks to a whole nother level with the levitating.
Yes. Which is lesson number 1. Greet those you love with enthusiasm every time. So the times where you're tired or cranky or hungry or any combination of those and you're not feeling it, suck it up. Think of Percy and Bear and how happy it makes me when they put on a big welcome home show when I walk through the door, and it means everything. And you can pull that off too. When you see the people you love, muster some enthusiasm, dig deep into how you truly feel about them, and let it inspire you into a greeting befitting how you truly feel.
I love that. I mean, I love this so much. Dogs make you feel so incredibly special. They don't care about anything about you, demographics-wise, personality-wise.
How your hair is looking.
Yeah, like they just don't care about those things. They love you for you and are always going to greet you with the most happy tail wag and gratitude for you being you, just in your being. It's unreal and it makes you feel special. So if we can spread that kind of love to people we know and love, even to strangers, just giving a smile, just treating everyone with the kindness that our pups treat us with, it can go a long way. You can make someone's day.
It also doesn't matter how long we've been apart. The welcome is not proportional to the length of time we were separated. Mm-hmm. I can go out to my car to hunt for my tennis racket in the back and come back inside 3 minutes later. I still get a full on, "We missed you. We didn't know how long you were going to be gone. We're so happy you're back." Same as when I went out west for the holidays and was gone for 1 full week. Love it every time.
Lesson number 2, go for walks every day. Yes, we've all probably heard about the sentiment of 10,000 steps a day is extremely beneficial for your cardiovascular health and for your overall wellness. We know that getting outside is one of our favorite tools here on Soulful of Wellness. Just soaking in nature's goodness can really do wonders for your mind, body, and spirit. And dogs know this. They thrive outside.
Move that body. Move it.
Move that body. Yes.
Get some of the extra wiggles out, because that pent up energy, that unused energy, can and often will convert to anxiety. Find a healthy outlet for it. Get moving.
For sure. Rain, sun, cold, warm. They don't discriminate. I mean, sure, they've got, a fur coat on them, but you can bundle up and get out there.
Yes. Your dog doesn't look out and say, I'm not feeling today. I'm just going to take the day off. No, I pick up the harnesses and they start their levitation act. Number 3, never pass up a chance to eat some good food. This one, when I was thinking of how to say this, like my first inclination was never say no to a meal. But then I realized for me, it's more about, just because of my history of not always the healthiest relationship with food, sometimes it's about the things I deprive myself of. And more than that, the experience I'm not allowing myself to fully experience because of my weirdness regarding some foods. And if that sounds really vague, I'll be more specific. You all know I was just in New York right before the holidays doing the stereotypical Christmas in New York City. And one of the things we did, like basically if it's a New York cliche, we did it. One of the things was high tea at the Russian tea room. There was a lot of food. There was a lot of really good food. So one of the courses, they put down in front of you the silver tiered tower with all kinds of different finger sandwiches. And there were a lot of them. And you each got your own tower. So it wasn't about sharing. It was everybody got to try every single kind. And I just gave myself permission to not think about how many calories I was eating or how much of the different macronutrients, any of that. I just thought, you know what? I'm going to go into this experience for the experience it is. I've never been to the Russian tea room before. I may never go again. I'm going to try at least a bite of every single thing, and I don't regret anything about that choice.
Love that sentiment, and thank you for sharing. Wally approaches every meal like it's his last, like he's never seen food before. Anything that he can get his mouth on, he's all about. So it's not even a sense of mindfulness while you're eating. I mean, he scarfs it down, but there's such excitement and ritual around each meal. Like, woohoo! Yes, I'm enjoying every bite.
Yes, that excitement and enthusiasm. Absolutely. I've never met a dog who said, I want to, but I've already maxed out on my calories for today. Yeah. I'm going to have to say no to that now. No, it's very much living in that present moment and enjoying the fun, interesting, good things life has to offer right now.
Lesson number 4, nap when you can. Sometimes you just have to take yourself to bed for a little recharge.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
Even in the middle of a gathering, right? Curl up on the
little kids
sofa or just excuse yourself upstairs for a brief little recharge.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. Definitely. Wally's still a puppy. He's 6 months old. So we actually have to lead him and encourage him. Okay, it's nap time. He's just like a little kid, you have to guide them and he'll start getting mouthy. We know kind of his tells that he's really tired, which is funny because the behavior is sort of the opposite, right? Like zoomies and biting and craziness.
Yes.
And he's kind of like, but I don't want a nap. You put him in there, he falls right asleep.
Yes, I don't remember what age it is that dogs take that upon themselves, but at some age they do.
Yeah.
Because even though dogs are typically naturally social creatures, not every single one, they're their own individuals, but even the most social of dogs give themselves timeouts when they need it.
Yeah, definitely. It's that recharge. And dogs spend a lot of their days sleeping. Sloth philosophy, baby. Nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm. Our wellness lesson, give yourself a timeout when you need it. Give yourself some downtime. Give yourself a night off or a weekend off. Basically, the wellness lesson is more than that. It's know yourself, know what your energy needs are versus what your energy reality is at that moment, and make the needed changes for your own betterment.
I love that. Follow your intuition, tap into your body, and go from there. Just meet your needs.
Yes. Good.
Love it. Love it.
Well said. All right, number 5 is similar to number 1.
It's the biggest
but it's
one.
not the same thing. It is the biggest one, isn't it?
It is.
Love unconditionally. Love without fear. Love without all the what ifs and anxiety of possible unreciprocation. Dogs don't think, oh, this might not be reciprocated. Dogs think,
they don't hold back.
I love you. Nothing comes into like, what if he doesn't love me back? What if it's too much too soon? What? You're like, no. They're like, oh, I'm so happy to see you. I love you with all my heart.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. They love with their whole heart. You're so right. There's no holding back. And there's no condition. You could even accidentally step on their paw or bump into them, and they let go of it within minutes.
Oh, which takes us right into number 6. Forgive easily and say sorry quickly. Yes. And I was picturing exactly what you're describing when you step on your dog, which happens, especially with Percy, who's black, and my hardwood floors are very dark. And if the lights aren't on, hey, I've walked into him, I've kind of stepped on him, and he looks up with those eyes like, what? Because I think his initial thought is punishment or something. And I bend down, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I know better. I should turn on the lights. What was I thinking? I'm so sorry. Instantly kisses my face. It's okay. I understand how these things happen and somehow keep happening, but it's okay. I love you so much. It's all good.
Okay, this is going to be kind of deep. You guys prepare yourselves. I'm sorry. But thinking about lessons 5 and 6 about loving unconditionally and forgiving quickly, like dogs' lives are so short because they fulfill their life's mission so quickly of love everything and everyone in your path with their full hearts and forgiving quickly. And I feel like they just live their life to the fullest every day and every second like it was their last. I feel like that's such a overarching theme with them that we can learn.
Live hard, live fast. Do it all. Get it in.
No judgment either. Love with your whole heart and dive in. And if you get hurt and that was the cost that you had to pay, what's the saying? Better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all.
Yes. And that fearlessness.
Yeah.
I thought of, instead of love unconditionally, I thought of maybe love fearlessly, but I think it's live fearlessly.
It's also tapping into your courage because sometimes dogs are scared and they look up at you and they need your vote of confidence for you to say, you can do it. You can do it.
Oh my gosh. They know when to ask for help and they're not afraid to ask for it. That isn't one of the lessons we picked, but I think it's an add-on. It's a bonus lesson. Yeah. Go to your person when you need help. All right, number 7 is so soulfully on brand. Drink plenty of water.
This one's so good. Wally's the most thirsty pup ever. And it's so satisfying to hear him like chugging water because he's just meeting his needs intuitively.
Right. You don't say, go drink water. I mean, actually, sometimes I do, and they look at me like, what? Why are you pointing at the bowl? That's a little weird.
Yeah,
and they don't listen because they know where the bowl of water is.
Yes, they will go to it when they need it.
Think about when you go on vacation or away for the weekend with your dog. It's not even their normal water bowl. It's not in the normal place. They always find it. They know where the water bowl is, and they go to it when they need a drink. You should do that for yourself.
Totally.
And don't wait until you're thirsty. We've all heard that. Drink before you're thirsty. By the time you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated.
I'm so guilty of that.
Oh, me too.
I've been I've been putting a lot of lemon in my water lately, and it's helping me get ahead of it because it tastes so good and it's thirst quenching within itself. So, little pro tip.
And it makes it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, more fun.
Yes, exactly. A little festive nature to your water.
Right.
And update for our very long-term listeners, because I think it's been a while since we put out our hydration episode, but I am still drinking large cup of water first thing, like very first thing. Haven't even gotten out of bed at night. It's one of the last things I do before I get in bed is I make sure the cup on the nightstand is full. And then in the morning, I start my day with that large cup of water. Feel like I'm already off to a wellness day when I do that.
Oh my God. Kit, this is your thing because now I think of you. If I drink water first thing in the morning, I'm like, yes, Kit will be so proud. I'm doing it.
No, you do it. And
we talk all about it. What was the episode called?
Something hydration.
In the episode, we unveil so many unique. Oh, what was it
You're
called?
right. It's not hydration.
It's not.
We said
it's
the
not.
one.
Oh, the one
wellness.
tool. Something. We'll find it for you guys.
One simplest wellness tool. Something about that.
Yes, and it's really interesting all the things that you learn from it. Just what it can do for your mood and your well-being.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
And I'm living proof. I think starting my day, it's probably 16 to 20 ounces in this cup. So it's a big cup. Being fully candid, some of these cold winter mornings, because I love it really cold when I'm sleeping, when I wake up, I think, I don't really want that right now. I kind of want to skip to the coffee section. And I think, oh my gosh, get over yourself. You can chug that in under 30 seconds. Just do it, be done, and you can move on to the coffee. And then I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm going to do that. And then I'm always glad I did.
Okay, hot water and lemon though.
Yes, it would, but
Very
that would
good
require
for the
getting out of
digestion.
bed. This is my,
And
like,
heating the
haven't
water.
even
Right.
stepped out of bed yet. Yep, but I'm all for that too.
All right, lesson number 8. Explore, notice, wander, and stay curious. Dogs greet every day truly like a new day. And the way they navigate the world through their nose is so cute to watch and so cool to observe them being in their element. You know, nose first.
You see them taking in the information. Places they've been hundreds of times. They treat it like it's the first time they've been there because they put the nose down and they go sniffing because they want to know what's the same, what's changed. Let me get the lay of the land. Let me see what's going on here. And the best is when the nose is down and the tail's up and wagging. Like, yeah, I remember this. I love this place. Oh, I'm so glad we're back at this place. And I watch it and I just think I need to feel that way about the world I live in. Like everything's fun and exciting and interesting to them. No preconceived notions. I need to embrace that more.
That's actually one of the principles of mindfulness that John Kabat-Zinn taught about curiosity, beginner's mindset, staying open. Like you're referring to, you're going to the same place, let's say, that you've been to 1,000 times. Challenge yourself. What's one new thing that you see or smell, you know, in your environment? What's one new thing that you can pick out? Because staying curious not only opens our imagination and our mind, which kind of enhances our spirit, but it also allows us to be mindful and present, which I think so many of us are craving right now, especially in this world filled with distractions.
And rote behaviors. I've talked a few times on the pod about how I don't pay enough attention, especially to those routine things. I do them on autopilot, and at a minimum, I'm missing out on parts of my life because I shut my brain to 25% power and just do the things on memory. And at a maximum, I'm dangerous because I'm not paying attention. I'm really klutzy. I always admit I'm klutzy, but it's more than klutzy. I'm not paying attention. So I walk into the door frame or painfully hip bone into the corner of the island. Like, it hurts. And it's just because I'm not paying attention.
It hurts. Make the pain stop.
Well, I think how many times do I need to do that before it's going to hurt enough and it leaves a bruise? And I think, oh my gosh, I know this about myself. Focus, like pay attention, look around, be in this moment, even though it's a daily moment. It's still this moment, like my dogs.
That circles back to the forgiveness point.
Yeah.
Forgive yourself when you bump your hip into the island for the 90th time. Be quick to forgive and then learn from it and try to be mindful in the next moment, you know? Yeah. God, there's just endless lessons from our dogs. It's hard to
I know.
encapsulate it all in one episode.
I was getting carried away. I could have gone on and on. And I was like, okay, rein it in. Keep it under 10.
It's endless. Someone's probably written a book about this.
Probably, or maybe we should.
Multiple books about this. So my aunt said something once that has just stuck with me forever, and I couldn't agree more with. She calls dogs earth angels or angels with fur. And it just couldn't be more true. They come on this, they're like secret agent angels. You know, they come on this earth. They love everything and everyone in their path. They're so emotionally intelligent and in tune. The fact that they know when we're sad.
Yes.
They know when we're happy. They know when we're angry. They can tap into that and even transmute the energy into something else. It's incredible.
Well, the saying that I'm not going to get exactly right, but along the lines of, I want to be the person my dog thinks I am. That is true inspo in those moments where I need a reason to try a little harder, to put forth that effort. And I do think of that. I think, I wish I were as great as they think I am. Well, if I wish that, maybe I should step it up and try a little harder to be that.
I think dogs exist without ego. There isn't what's in it for me or living selfishly. It's just living curiously and present in the moment and loving unconditionally. They're so perfect.
Without ego and without judgment. I don't think that Percy and Bear ever sit around talking about me behind my back. Yeah, they say, we love you, don't leave. And then as soon as I walk out the front door, not for 1 minute do I think they go, ooh, she was not looking her best today, was she? No, what was up with that outfit? I wasn't going to say anything. I don't want her to feel bad, but man, what was she thinking when she put that on? Like, no, there's no judgment.
I mean, I've practiced the dog language since I was 4 years old, and I still don't have it down.
But we'll keep trying.
Yeah, we'll keep trying forever.
That's part of our journey.
They're the best. They're so healing.
It's inspiring.
Yeah.
It inspires me to try harder, to do better. And with that, take our 8+1 bonus lessons we can learn from our dogs to improve our own wellness.
If you like this episode, please share it with a friend. And don't forget to leave us a review saying what you think about the pod and any suggestions you may have for an episode. We love you.
Thank you so much for listening. Peace, love, and light.
Peace, love, and light.
The Soulful of Wellness hosts are certified health and wellness coaches. This podcast is intended to inform and entertain listeners on their wellness journey. This podcast is meant to enhance, not replace, listeners' care from doctors, therapists, or other medical providers.
Soulful.